What is poppin', motherfuckers? We are back with another episode of Foreign Talk. You know what number this is?
Probably like 13? No.
We have not done 13
Eight-
pods, bro.
eight.
Maybe
Eight.
like 6 or 7.
Okay, I had high expectations.
Yeah.
Long time no see, though. It's been a very hectic summer for both of us. But we're both back in Dubai now. Where you been, man? You been all over the place, huh?
Yeah, I spent most of it back in Africa with the family. I just wanted to check real quick how many pods we've put out. Episode number 6.
This is the number 6.
Yeah, we've been lagging.
Damn. Okay.
We've been
I
lagging
told
hard.
Cousin, give us a year and we'll have 100 episodes up. So,
Yeah.
anyway, South Africa.
Started off in South Africa and ended up going to Zimbabwe, which is where I was born. Haven't been back since, bro. That is the craziest place that you will ever go. I've been telling you about it, but like, it's just like GTA. It's exactly what it reminds me of. You know, everyone's drinking and driving. There's no rules. The cops don't even have bikes or cars. So when they want to pull you over, they just jump in front of your car.
Sounds like the Wild West.
It is the Wild
From
West.
what I've heard from you. It's just so random though. Like whenever people have asked me throughout summer, like where's Cousin? I'm like, oh yeah, he's in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, bro,
They're like, what?
Yeah, because I have like, I have like something like 50 cousins.
Yeah.
I've never met most of them because I've always been in the U.S. or somewhere. And again, like Zimbabwe's a far trip. So I went back, met most of them for the first time, which is kind of crazy. Like imagine having all these family members and you meet them for the first time at 22.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Kind of crazy, but super cool place. Like the main reason I like Zimbabwe more than South Africa is there's not much crime. There's a little bit of crime here and there, but it's more petty theft versus South Africa's violence. You know, like even I almost missed my flight coming back to Dubai because in Cape Town
You told me that, yeah.
I had a bunch of taxi strikes, and the morning I woke up, they were still ongoing, and they had like taken over the fucking the gas station at the airport, and pretty much what they were doing is, you know, the taxis were pissed off, so they introduced this new rule, which was that if, you know, you don't pay any of your fines or you commit a crime, that your vehicle is going to get impounded, which is a pretty standard rule, you know, like that's a rule all over the place.
And
but
they
like,
introduced that now?
yeah, so they made that a new thing. That's pretty much what they were tripping over because, like, a lot of the gangs in South Africa, a lot of them are taxi bosses, you know, and it's a big business there, the public transport. So they were not happy. And obviously these are, like, again, a lot of the dudes committing the crimes. So, you know, half of them have got 50, 100 tickets, you know, for X and Y, and they just didn't want to abide by it. So what they did instead, and it's fucked up because the only people that it really affects is like the working class, and it's like the poor people that want to go to work because, again, bro, these taxis, they'll like pack like 15 of them into like an 8-person taxi, and like that's how they get to work, you know, from like the townships and stuff to
So they just like put a bunch of people in one of them.
Yeah, but again, this is how these people get to work. It's the only mode of transport. You know, they don't have money for Uber and that kind of stuff. So what happens is the taxis go on strike and they pretty much refuse to work. And the taxi boss sits at home. You know, he's got all his checks. He's printed money already. And the only people that are suffering from it are like their people technically.
The working class, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like what the taxis do is they just won't work. And so like why I almost missed my flight is because I'll go and they'll just block the roads. Like just...
Did you get through or did you go back home and come back
so
later?
they'd started arresting all of them. So, like, on my way there, all the taxis were lined up.
Like on the spot?
Yeah, they just arrest them on the side of the road. Because, again, it's just parked in the middle of the road. And all the dudes were on the side of the road in cuffs, and all their taxis were on tow trucks. And so now the tow trucks have to get, escorted out of there with police and everything because they're not having it. But that's also why I prefer Cape Town to, like, anywhere else in South Africa because Cape Town, you know, they'll actually do something about it. Like when it happens in Durban and shit,
they don't give a fuck.
They just give in to like the taxis' request because they don't have the manpower to do anything about it. But Cape Town, you know, they're kind of with the shits. They're like, no, we ain't gonna have that. So I almost missed the flight, but made it back, thank goodness. So and then I spent a lot of time too in Victoria Falls, small place in.
Is that like a city or is it just like a?
It's like its own little city.
Okay.
But it's also in Zimbabwe. It's one of like the 7 wonders of the world. Craziest place.
It's the biggest waterfall in the world, no?
One
of them.
I don't think the biggest. It's the deepest. I don't really know what that means, but you know they kept
probably like the how do you say like the tallest?
No, not the tallest. The deepest.
Yeah, but what's deepest?
The gorge. I don't know. Bro.
So it doesn't go. It goes down.
No, just like at the bottom. I don't know. Like.
I have no idea. Someone correct us on this, but
deepest waterfall in the world. Did a bunch of shit there, you know, like safari.
Yeah,
Did the bungee jumping and the cliff. Crazy, bro.
I'd never do that though. You seen that video in Thailand of the guy doing bungee jumping and the line just gets snapped?
Yeah, I was tripping,
Bro.
Like, I mean, you know, like I've skydived and done a lot of crazy shit, but this, like, you just feel that emptiness in your stomach when you jump.
Yeah.
off, and it's like you just close your eyes and you're praying.
You
for
praying
the
that
swing
it's gonna,
catch you.
yeah.
You just
No,
pray.
I'd never do that shit. Even skydiving, I'd never do it, I think.
Looking back on it, bro, it was the dumbest shit. That's why I didn't go through, because I was gonna get my license and everything.
Yeah.
And after a few jumps, I was just like, you know, I'm doing enough questionable shit where I might die young. Like, if I die young by purposely jumping out of a plane.
Oh, it's just stupid. Unless you're good at, like, unless you just.
Yeah, I mean, and I have other ways of getting adrenaline, you know, like
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah.
adrenaline junkie, but like I don't need to do that kind of stuff to
Nah,
get my adrenaline. So, but you were all over Europe though. You went first world, and I went.
I
third
started
world.
off in Sweden. I was in Sweden for 2 weeks, saw my family. I had some friends in Dubai there. Very nice. We just had this whole, like, big villa and just, you know, chill for 2 weeks, worked out. Then I went to the US, went to Houston. Luckily, didn't get shot in the head from the last pod we did.
That was crazy. I don't know if you guys remember.
Because that got clipped and it got like 2 million views and like all over the place. It got
must have
in
been our first
articles. Yeah, the first episode got clipped, and they put an article over it, and it said my name under everything. So it basically just said that all their force says is Houston. Houston is the shittiest place in the world to live in. Blah 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 blah. Just crackheads, which I did say, but like not to your extent. And then
I was the one getting real.
yeah, so I was just shaking, walking through customs and shit. But I was good. I was there for like a few, I think like a week. Went to LA, went from LA to Houston again. Was there for 2 nights. Went to Miami on my own, solo Miami. Pretty
That's crazy.
crazy.
I don't know who the fuck goes solo Miami. That's
All over fucking foreskin, man. But no, it was good fun. Obviously, I know some people there and stuff. So
What did you think of Houston? Because like for me, I mean the whole reason. So like how I ended up in Houston was I was living in Arizona at the time in Tempe, which is the college town there of ASU, and I had dropped out recently. And the problem that I had is I had dropped out and I was trying to stay in shape, make content and stuff. But all my boys were still in college, right? And like, you know, you go out and you drink 3-4 days a week, and you obviously can't do that if you're trying to do anything fitness wise.
Of course, yeah.
And like the degeneratism, like, you know, me, I struggle saying no. So unfortunately, I'm not one of those dudes that can go out and not drink. Like, I have to just fully call it quits and stay at home, you know? So, and because that's the only thing, you know, you really do while you're in college, you know, it's not like you're going out and doing other forms of activities, you know what I mean? Like, it's just usually going to the bar and that kind of stuff. So I was like, fuck this, you know, I hit up Italian, and I said to him, I was like, bro, I will never live in Houston. Because I'd been, you know, before visiting with Anaka and stuff, and I was like, fuck this, I'll never move here.
no, it is very bad. It is. I was very lucky because both of the times I was there on my trip to the US, it was like big events. So the reason I went there in the first place, even though I've talked a lot of shit about it, is because Inaka had like their 5-year anniversary. So we just like went crazy on that whole weekend.
Yeah.
Drinking Thursday to Sunday. Extremely not good for my liver.
Yeah, bro.
But
Crazy fitness brand you got there.
yeah, man, Inaka power. And then the second time I went, it was what's it called? Summer shredding. Very, very overrated. Like
Yeah.
I went there and I saw like 2 people I know through social media. Like it was
Really?
yeah, but it was just like it was all like no hate. Obviously, there's a lot of people trying to
Yeah.
get there in the fitness industry and stuff. But there was just a lot of people with just like tripods recording TikToks all over the place.
Yeah.
It was kind of like I don't know,
But I mean,
not my vibe.
Yeah. For me, bro, like I ended up in Houston because like there was all this hype around it, you know, like
Yeah,
this
that was back then.
Yeah, so this was when, you know, like everyone was like Houston, Alpha Land is the shit, and I got there and I was like for me, I was like, it's such a low quality of living if you go there specifically for the gym and to make content, because all you end up doing literally is you wake up, you eat, you chill, you go to the gym, and you come home. Like here, you know, a lot of the days we end up like the gym is like the main shit that we end up doing, but after that, you go hang out.
We still have to like kind of like plan our day around the gym, right?
Yeah, and like, you know, here we'll go out and have shisha and stuff after. Like you go to the mall, whatever. But there, I found literally like not much else to do other than the gym, and all the other influences that I knew there were the same. You know, like just wake up, go to the gym, come home, and that was it. So like for me, I don't think people realize. And the gym will fuck people up that way, right? Because people go to the gym, that's the only thing that they do. They get in shape and everything, and they think they're winning. But if you're losing in every other aspect of life, like I don't know how lit that is. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to become a professional bodybuilder, whatever, it's your main source of income is, you know, gym influence on social media. I get it. Like that's your job. But like for people that aren't making money for it or aren't, you know, hoping that they're going to make money from it, it's crazy to me that that's like.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just weird that everything happens in Houston because there's nothing really else to it. Like I know a bunch of influencers out in like Miami, or obviously a lot of influencers moving to LA now. But I just feel like everyone kind of goes where the hype is, right?
Yeah.
Which is something, in my opinion, you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Like you can do it for a little bit, maybe like a month. Just go there, just stay with the hype. You know, get involved. You know, with everyone who's there. Like now, everyone is moving to LA. Go there for a month. You know, meet everyone, make some content, and then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because what's gonna end up happening? Everyone's gonna move there. Everyone's content's gonna be the same. Everyone is gonna do the same shit day-to-day basis. So you're not gonna be different. You know?
For me, there was also, again, like my boy Italian, he was living there, so I was like, fuck it, I'll live with this Muppet for a year, see how it goes.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, looking back on it, moving there solely for a gym is crazy. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't get it. Like people move from all over the country to get in like just a 1-bedroom apartment next to Alpha Land and just live there. It's
crazy.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me, you know?
It's crazy.
There's a lot of good gyms around the world. I'd rather have a gym that's like empty and not as good as Alpha Land.
Yeah.
And just like be in there by myself and do content, and go down to Houston like twice a year. You know, you don't have to be there every day.
I mean, alone, bro, like Texas as itself, like was a hub for gyms. You know, like you had, like me going back, I should have moved like Austin because you have
Austin is way better.
multiple nice gyms and stuff there. You have like Lift ATX, which is like outdoors, kind of grimy and shit. You have Factory was another one, even though fuck the characters there are a bit dodgy. But like a few other gyms there, and then on top of that, you have all of Austin. Like you don't have, for me, dude,
They have like the lakes and all that stuff, right?
yeah, so like I don't know, I found it kind of crazy, and now like you say, everyone's just leaving. So now everyone's gonna pack their shit up and move somewhere else often. Like a lot of people are going LA. Like I lived in LA for 5 years, and
Same thing. It's very overrated.
I don't know if I'd do it again. You know, it's just like it's so expensive for what you're getting. You know, the thing about Dubai is it's not cheap here. But you're getting what you pay for.
And
you
you no, but here's the thing about Dubai: you can live very cheap if you want to.
Yeah.
However, it's very very easy to spend money here.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to. It's easier than I'd say 90% of the world. You just find expenses, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to, you know, if you come here as a tourist to go rent a car for $2,000 a day, you can go stay at a hotel for $3,000 a night. You know, like it's not hard.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to like Houston, it's gonna be hard to. There's only one hotel I think that charges that much. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
No, 100%.
So in Dubai, you have all these crazy expensive things that are made for tourists to, you know, get baited by.
Yeah.
So, but if you actually live here and settle down, you can live very cheap here. Probably way
100%.
cheaper than LA.
100%. But yeah, dude, LA, I just, you know, I was like, you're not getting what you pay for at all, you know. And like, I also at the same time, like, at least for like now, like again, I was there for 5 years, like pre-COVID and post-COVID, and like I just watched it, you know, slowly a little bit. Like, bro, I ain't into the homeless people everywhere and like being on edge and looking over your shoulder, like.
Yeah, no, even me being there, I was there for a week, and by the time I left, I was like, okay, I'm pretty much done. And it's a big city.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably one of the biggest cities in the world, right?
Yeah.
So, just to me, that meant like, no, it's not a place for me to live.
Yeah. To me, LA is kind of like a wannabe Dubai. Like all the people there, even same as Miami, you know.
Miami is for sure like a wannabe Dubai.
They think they have money. They think they with the shits, but like until I came here, like I have not seen. Like,
yeah, and it's so casual here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you so
100%,
casually see a guy drive around in a $2 million plate, you know?
It's outrageous. It's something completely.
And it's like no one even turns ahead.
That's
That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
If I see a brand new fucking SVJ Aventador with a plate for $2 million, I might just like, you know, look at it with my eyes, but I'm not even gonna think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just whatever.
The amount of supercars you shit on a daily basis is just.
Yeah.
It's outrageous, bro. But
And also, I was gonna say, with LA, I would move there if I was in like the managing industry or something like that, because the connections you make out there are crazy.
yeah, even that, yeah. I mean, for connections, I think like, you know, LA.
I think LA is probably the best spot.
LA, Miami, like those places. Because again, I feel like still a lot of people underestimate networking. But if you're a good dude and you know how to talk, like you can find yourself. You know, you can get yourself into those circles pretty easily.
Because even me, I'm not the best at networking, and being there for a week, I met like most of the people I wanted to meet. You know, like, it's not that difficult. As long as you get like into that kind of circle, it's very easy to just like you know evolve from there.
I mean, it's funny you also said that about summer shredding, that it was like overrated and this and that. Because I know when I was there, so not this last summer, but the summer before that, bro, it was packed. Everyone was there, all the influencers. So to me, if you're saying it was meh, it's kind of already, you know.
No, yeah, I don't think next year is gonna be good. I don't know.
Already lost its hype, bro, and they put bands into that gym. I mean, I don't think that Alpha Land, to be honest, will like ever be profitable. I think it was more just for
it's not profitable at all at
for like the Alpha Lead brand. You know what I mean, and for a place for people
branding, marketing purposes.
But like the gym itself, I know it cost over $20 million. So. You know,
that's a lot of day passes.
That's a lot of day passes, bro. And I don't really see.
How much is a day pass? $50?
No, it wasn't that bad. Maybe 25. When I was there, it was like 25, $30.
Okay, so you have Alpha. Imagine Beano's here. They probably have like a similar, not similar amount of day passes. Maybe because there's so many fucking tourists coming out. I don't know. Yeah. But there's a lot of day passes they go through as well. A day pass here is like $60, $70.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's built in just an old industrial thingy. The workers are so like, it doesn't cost anything, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so cheap to run that gym compared to Alpha Land. And they are like just, you know, a similar concept basically, but just like a 20th of the price of Alpha Land.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you run a business like that, fair enough. But I don't know Alpha Land if it's going to be.
Yeah. But bro, sticking with the gym and shit, I saw Greg Doucette made a video and it popped up on my YouTube.
I think he titled the video "Steroids Ruined His Life."
Yes.
Which that was not the I did okay. So I made a post on Instagram and I it was a picture of my face and I said I think I captioned it like TRT happy something.
It was you comparing yourself to when you were on heavy gear to just being on TRT, and now that you're on TRT, you actually feel better, you look better, all that.
Yeah. And it was that's what I was posted. Like it wasn't nothing deep at all.
Yeah.
I just captioned it TRT happiness versus trend and depression, something like that, right? And he makes a whole like 10-minute video just going in how steroids ruin my life and how it ruins people's life. It didn't ruin my life. It made my life a whole lot better because I just like I enjoyed the gym more. You know, obviously I look crazier, which just gives me more exposure. It's my job, and stuff like that. And I love steroids. Like, no, but I don't. Nothing deep. You know what I mean? Like it's like
you said that with your chest.
That was probably the deepest thing I've said on the podcast.
You sat up to say that, bro.
No, I didn't mean it like that. But anyway, no. That's not what ruined my life. The thing that like kind of fucked me over is that I did my prep, and then I came on started TRT, and then I had a lot of other shit just catch up to me at the same time, and then I got a lot of acne and shit like that. It's just like all caught up, like different things, and then I was just like so uncreative. Like I didn't have anything. Like my mind was just blocked from just like creating content and stuff like that. And that's what I love to do. Like that's why I am where I am. Which I'm good now. But back then I was just like I couldn't just like process it. You know, I don't know. It was very weird. Could be because of the gear. I don't know. Because I was running trend and shit, obviously. So heavy cycle. But I only did one of those cycles. So I can only imagine what people, because I know people do it for 10, 20 years, right? I can only imagine what they feel like. So to me, like from now on, I'm just not going to go as heavy on the gear. I just started like a small blast of just a 400 test and might throw in some like bar or something later on. But for now, I just popped out the test. Gonna see how it goes. I feel way better already. Just like when it comes to training and shit.
Yeah.
Because also like when you look that crazy and you go back to looking more average, it kind of fucks with your head as well. I don't have that bad of a body dysmorphia. I still think I look fucking sick compared to other people, but like, you know, and compared to myself when I was 14. But still, like it kind of like, you know, fucks with your head a little bit.
Dude, it's wicked, bro. It fucks with my mental like more than it does like my physical health. Like,
but you don't even have to be on gear in order to get that body dysmorphia, you know.
Yeah, no, it just makes it a little worse, I feel.
Yeah, because you go from like being very like just pumped up and and stuff to very flat.
So what did Greg actually say? Because I was watching some of it, but what, he just pretty much just wasn't agreeing with what you had done, or?
No, he kind of just said, I didn't watch the whole video either, because like halfway through I was just like, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Free clout though, like any exposure is good exposure. So he kind of just said like, why you shouldn't take gear, blah blah blah, and like he explained this many times to people, like it's dangerous and shit. And I guess he just used me as a clickbait. I don't know. He took me as an example,
Yeah.
But he took me as the wrong example because that competition was like one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and I don't regret doing it at all.
Yeah.
I do regret running the amount of stuff I did. So I went to a fitness expo around a year ago, and I had this 17-year-old kid coming up to me, and he said, bro, you inspire me so much, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, yeah, he looked good as well. Like, he was pretty jacked and whatever. And he asked me something about gear, and I was like, bro, you're 17, you're running gear? He was like, yeah. And I was like, what are you running? It's like, it's crazy, you're 17. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh yeah, I run a gram of tren a week. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Because that's just like, a gram of tren a week at 17, you're gonna be fucked for the rest. That's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna stunt your growth. It's gonna fuck with your hormones for the rest of your life. You're for sure gonna have to be on TRT the rest of your life. Because you're 17, you're in the middle of puberty. When I was 17, my testosterone naturally was just so high that I got called out for gear. So it's like, you should, like, I'd say if you wanna start gear, don't even consider it unless you're like 22, 23. Or something like that, I was young. I was 19, but like, still, it was all. Back then, it was my career.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna see what happens, because I got called out for gear so many times. That's why I blew up as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll try and just see what happens.
I'll try. But bro, this is what I've always said from like day one. Don't listen to like any social media person, whether it's Greg said, bro, even more plates, more dates, just don't listen to anyone. Go to a doctor, like an actual doctor that specializes in hormones and shit, and just talk to them.
But this is difficult for people in, like, where I'm from example, like you can't even get TRT prescribed.
Damn.
It's so, like, they're so against steroids. So I get why people from those kind of countries just search it up online and find wrong information and do it. My only thing will be like, read as much as you can, look at different people, like James English, for example. He looks fucking crazy, and he doesn't run much gear at all.
But that's the thing, like, that's why I say talk to a doctor, because I feel like people are so confused. Like, there's honestly, people have no idea. Like, even people will say to me, oh bro, like, you took steroids and you look like that, this and that. It's like, bro, I've done 2 cycles of 350 tests and 25 bar.
It's like nothing.
And a little bit on one cycle with a little bit of mast. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's people that will look at that and like, they'll think that I'm running crazy amounts of gear. And then there's people that'll be running crazy amounts of gear and look normal 10 times worse.
Yes.
So it's like, that's why I'm like, for people to like look at social media people, like no matter who it is, like they really like, they have no idea what they're doing.
No, and you have to, obviously, the only way for you to really figure out how you react is to take it yourself. Mm-hmm. That's why, I would say, because even, bro, when I was 16, 17, I wanted to run gear so bad. I was like, we were talking in high school, me and my homies were like, yo, should we try it, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we didn't. And we all kind of knew, like, it's fucking stupid,
Yeah.
It's tempting. It is tempting. And it's probably tempting for anyone that goes to the gym, because you see all these jack guys and they're like triple the size of you, and all they do is just stick a needle in their ass once a week, right? So it's very tempting, but just wait, give yourself time, and if you in 3, 4, 5 years time, if you're not happy with your progress naturally, then you can consider it yourself. I will not recommend it to anyone, but
For me also too, like, bro, it's not that I regret taking shit, because, I mean, I technically blew up for taking some. So it's like, I could sit here and be like, I regret it, but then maybe none of this would have, happened.
No regrets, man.
Yeah, but it's also at the same time, and again, it's like, it's funny because like you can mature like in such a like short span of time. But like a year ago, I was like, no, fuck that. I'm 100% cool with running TRT forever, this and that. I'm now at the point where I'm like, shit, I love the gym. I love working out. I always want to be in shape. But, like, it's not my life. Like, I have more I have more to offer in life than, you know, a fucking sick cunt edit on TikTok. Like, you know, I don't want to.
That's the thing.
For me, it's like, it's not. I feel like it's a bit more different for you, but like, I'm not.
I was gonna say,
I have no desire to compete, none of that shit. And so, like, now, like, I've been fully TRT, like 100 a week since prior to summer. I'm going to the doctor soon to work, you know, check my levels and everything. I don't know if I'll run another cycle or not, or if I'll just come off fully and just pray that my test comes back. Because the other day, too, I was like, shit, bro, like, I want to have kids. And even though, you know, theoretically, it should be no problem. You just take some HEG or whatever and you're all good. Like, if
person to person,
fast forward 5 years from now, if I can't fucking have a family and I have millions of dollars and I have everything in life, but I can't have a family because I've fucking taken gear when I was younger to fucking look sick on TikTok, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah. No, that it generally, nothing would matter at that point.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't matter how much clout or money or whatever you have. I'd rather be broke sitting up North Sweden with $20 to my name and have a family than sitting here in a big mansion.
So, like, me going back on it, I'm like, shit, like, unless a motherfucker is, unless you are willing, because, again, it differs person to person. Some people can run one cycle and they're on TRT forever. Some people can run 3 and they're still good. They can come off and they test fine.
I've been speaking from experience. So I was, like I said, I started running gear when I was 19, and I ran test and EQ. I think I ran like 500 tests, 500 EQ for, I think it was 4 months.
Fuck me.
And then I came off fully. I did my PCT when I came here to Dubai the first time. And I ran my PCT, everything. Obviously, my physique went shoop. But then I just came off. And I kept training. I kept doing my thing. And I kept doing that for like almost a full year. Until I actually moved here. So I just came off fully. Stopped everything. Didn't touch anything for like 8-9 months.
And did you get more bloods? Like while you were off?
I didn't even know what blood work was at the time. I think I got my first blood work when I was like 20.
Oh.
No good. Don't do that. Take your bloods. But anyway, I came out fully blank, you know, like nothing for like 8-9 months. And by the like 6-7 months later, after like fully coming off, I looked way better than what I did almost on cycle, fully naturally. It was so weird. I don't know why. I just kept training really hard, dieting, everything on point, and I looked similar to what I did on cycle. So it was like, to me, it was kind of like, okay. But then I got into my own head again, and I was like, fuck it, I look so good now. I should just take some gear. And then I ended up looking even better. That's when I peaked aesthetically wise, I think, like 2021, late 2021. And then I came off. I just ran test and bar for like 4 months again. Came off fully, and then I did my prep cycle. That's the only cycles I've done in my entire life. People think, obviously, after my prep, I wasn't TRT until now. But like people think I've been blasting for years. You know, I've done 2 cycles of just test, and then 1 prep cycle, which is obviously like a little bit of trend, a little bit of orals and shit like that. But I haven't done heavy stuff. But even like now, I'm at a point where I feel like I just want to get into like good healthy shape. I'm not running much at all, and then kind of just like fade and eventually just come up fully and not even be a TRT and just stay, because I know I can get to a really good shape without gear.
Yeah.
It might be different now though, obviously, because I've been running TRT, but I want to see what I can get to like, you know, naturally again.
For me, bro, like health was always a big thing,
Yeah.
but like I feel like I didn't prioritize it nearly as much as I should have, purely because even though I did
Your blood pressure has been sitting at 160 the past few days.
Yes, my blood pressure's a little fucked right now, and that's why I've been tripping, bro.
Yeah.
But I went to the doctor and I was like, yo, I'm on TRT. He's like, there's no way it's TRT that's caused it. So he said maybe it's stress, and bro, like I trade for a living.
I think it is your stress.
I'm always stressed out, bro.
And now you're like in a just a, what's it called? Just a cycle, like a bad cycle.
Yeah, and then
you get stressed from your blood pressure, and then your blood pressure goes up from the stress, and then you look at it again, and you get stressed, and it's just like boom, boom.
Bro, I'll be tweaking.
Over and over again.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like I didn't put. Again, I was doing blood work, everything, like not doing crazy amounts of gear, nothing. But again, I then sit down and like I think to myself, shit, if 5 years from now, or a couple years from now, I'll try and have kids and I can't because I decided to fucking run gear, like I'm gonna be so pissed at myself. And it's like,
but
not
that's
enough
the thing.
people, not enough people look at that shit, you know, and they worry, like they don't play the long term. Neither did I, you know. So it's like, I don't know. We'll see when we go to the doctor this week what's good, and what bro says.
I think you'll be good.
But yeah, you
Inshallah.
Yeah, so it's not that I regret it or anything. If it does fuck me up long term, then I'm gonna regret it. I mean, and then I'll just abuse every substance under the sun because it's like what I got
Just
to
go
lose there.
ball and fucking turn it to one of those.
Yeah, you know, which I mean, like, bro, the amount of I've run such like little gear that I've never
Yeah.
even had side effects.
Yeah.
Like I've never had acne, hair loss, nothing. Like I've always had gyno from when I was a fat kid. Like I've had gyno since I was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
So like
No,
that
I'm the
wasn't-
same. I had gyno since I was 14. It actually got better when I started taking tests first cycle.
Mine definitely didn't get better.
Then, but it's still the same till this day. It's a little bit worse now, obviously, but after my prep and shit. But gyno surgery, let's do it together.
No, fuck that.
We're on a pod mid-cycle.
Fuck that, bro. I like my gyno.
Nah, I think. Do you?
Yeah, bro, get that shit licked a little. It's
Yeah, smacks.
good, bro.
Anyway, done with the gear talk.
So yeah, but for me, health, I'm gonna prioritize for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I said after New Year's. I was like, okay, this year I'm just gonna prioritize health, blah blah blah. And I actually did. Like, I feel way better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many dudes I feel like are taking gear and like a few years from now they're not even gonna work out.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I
that's
mean?
what happened.
And it's like fuck. Like
Yeah.
you've potentially just fucked yourself.
That's why I don't know if I'll compete soon again, because I know if I'm gonna compete personally, I like to give shit my all. Like, if I would ever compete again, I would go in that bitch and
Yeah.
I'd win that. You know, I'd just go in there and I'd win it. In order to win bodybuilding shows in the IFBB, you know, like a pro qualifier, whatever, you have to be extremely jacked and extremely shredded. In order to get that to that stage, you have to.
Are you gonna compete again? What's your plan with that?
I mean, potentially, it depends on, like, you know, how everything goes. Like, right now, I'm more focused on business and, you know, stacking up some money and shit. So
You're gonna chuck on a speedo and spread your glutes in front of grown men on stage?
as a multimillionaire, yes. Bro, I've been pumping up backstage with a Richard Mill.
Oh, that's
That shit
For
crazy.
me, I also feel like that's changed a lot. Like, again, back in the day, if you wanted to make it in bodybuilding, or
Oh yeah,
fitness,
you'd have to compete.
you had to compete. That's how you were getting paid.
No,
versus-
the biggest guys, like economy wise, like the ones who have the most money in the fitness industry, doesn't even look good. You know.
Yeah, I mean, or again, you just have to like social media. So for me too, you know, if it's gonna help you and everything,
Yeah.
like again, I know a lot of people like prep and stuff because it's good for numbers. You know, I know like when James did his prep, his YouTube was going crazy. I know same.
No,
for
it's
Marco.
really good for sales and like commission and stuff, right? But and like for people, because the what I value the most out of my whole prep is that I remember I went to a UK expo, fitness expo. It's called the Arnold's UK. I think I might go again this year. If you're there, come up to me. But anyway, I went there after my show, and we have like this stand, right? Of Boohoo. I used to work with Boohoo Man back then, and we had like the biggest booth in the whole thing, right? And they had like Andre, Simeon Panda, all those guys. Like big. I think they even had, who else did they have? Like some big boxers and shit. Eddie Hall. Everyone was there, right? And they're all like in the big like thingy where you take pictures and stuff. And I was just standing like an idiot, just on the side. But I had a bigger line most of the time than any of those guys. And I just had like all these 18, 19-year-old kids come up to me and just be like, bro, I follow your whole prep. You inspired me so much. Thank you. You changed my life. Take a picture with me, walk away. They don't even look at the other guy. Like that to me, I was like, wow. Because all those guys standing there are my inspirations.
Yeah.
And these kids don't even care about, like, they wanted to come up to me
Yeah.
and say like, thank you, you know?
Gotta
that,
adapt.
yeah, that's what I valued a lot. And then, like, I feel like a lot of people just followed my journey and shit.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't that big, like, you know, my prep series and shit, like, I think I averaged like 50K views a video, but I posted like 3-4 times a week as well. So it was like very consistent.
Yeah. So for me, again, like if you're gonna make hella bread from social media, you know, is it worth it
Yeah.
to take shit that's gonna take a few years off your life to compete, and you're not gonna, you know, it's not gonna benefit
Yeah.
you in any other way other than, you know, you're gonna compete.
Yeah. But for me, it benefited me a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I grew everywhere like a lot, you know? TikTok, Snapchat, all this shit.
Yeah.
I was getting around like 500,000 viewers on Snap every day when I did my prep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 500,000 every day, bro. My Snap went from like 150K to like 500,000 during one prep. So it was like very beneficial for me to just like get exposure and like, you know, and inspire some people and stuff. But I don't really care about that, like, that much about followers. Obviously, like, you know, I want to hit 1 million on IG and shit, but like I'm not like other people in this place.
For me, it's crazy. Like I've followed the bread. Like for me personally, like I started off with fitness.
Yeah.
And that was like my gateway into all the social media. And then, yeah, I've been in crypto for like years and years, way before I started social media. But when I saw an opportunity to monetize my content through crypto, like that was where I took, and I still believe that for our generation, like crypto is still going to be the best way to like make life-changing money in such a short span of time. And it's funny seeing people write it off so quickly again. But
do you think it's gonna be soon, or do you think it'll just be like a long, like steady line up?
no, it's never steady. Like you have, what you call like blow-off tops and stuff. Like it goes nuts.
It's so hard to like estimate now, though, right?
The hardest thing is timing. Like everyone wants to wait and buy the perfect bottom. But for me, I think like 2025. I know we have ETF decisions coming up and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. But I don't really see us doing crazy numbers anytime this year. And again, everyone's always trying to like.
But everyone says different. Like obviously now you say that, and I think you said that before as well. But then I speak to other crypto guys, and they say like, oh yeah, after summer it'll be good. No, it's gonna be good in 2024. Or no, it's gonna be good when the Bitcoin halving is. Blah blah blah. It's always like different stories.
Well, that's the thing. No one knows, and that's why I always preach. Like people are like, oh, it's now a good time to buy Bitcoin, and like you never really know. For me personally, like now, if you don't have any, it's not an awful time. The way that I look at it is it's going 100K plus, right? So whether you buy at 25,000 or 20,000, you're not going to be tripping when it gets to over that 100K mark. You know what I mean? But too many people, they wait and they wait and they wait, and they end up just missing the boat. You can't.
But let's say you buy a 50 grand, and let's say it goes to 10 grand now, and then it goes to 50. Then people are gonna regret they didn't buy at 10.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
Or it goes to 50 and then goes back down to 10. Then everyone who bought at 50 is gonna be hella pissed.
It could be, it could be a 25 now, and people are saying I'm waiting for 17. It drops to 20, and then from 20 it goes to 50.
Yeah.
So
you never fucking know.
The way I look at it is just, locking your price. And for me, like, I'm past my phase of, like, trying to preach and convert because it doesn't really matter, Like, a lot of people even thought that I, like, died, bro. Like, I have dudes on my Instagram, like, is this dude in jail, this and that? And it's like, long story short, like...
Dude, there was one period in summer, I remember, I texted you, no answer. 3 days later, I text you, no answer. I call you, no answer. And Max says the same. Our homie says the same thing, and we're both like, bro, where the fuck is Josh? There is no way, I swear, there was a whole week, like, you were just, like, unreachable.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, a week later, you're like, oh, sorry, bro, I'm just, like, in the middle of the jungle. I have no data and shit.
Yeah. No, bro,
I genuinely thought, like, you got kidnapped or some shit.
No, I just put the phone away, bro. Like, for me, I have, like, a love-hate relationship with social media, and I don't need it. Social media doesn't really impact my income.
Yeah.
Like, I make my money from investing, and like even now, like the last while I've been trading Forex and shit, like trying, start up a new challenge. But so I don't really need social media, and that's the beauty. Because honestly, like if
you don't have any big income streams on social.
Yeah, like
compared to me, I have to be on it every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Like there's ways honestly that I monetize through social media. You know, like when the market's going crazy and, the more members we have in a Discord, when we talk about a certain play, the more people buying it, the higher the price is going to go. Stuff like that. And again, if I have a crazy big audience, then new projects will give me the opportunity to invest in early. So like a lot of people look at me and they're like, bro, how do you not charge for any of your information? Because I make fuckers money. And they're like, it's crazy that you don't charge anything. But I monetize another way. You know what I mean? There's always there's different ways to do it. And for me, I like the community.
And like let's say you would have a paid group, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you have 1,000 members in there. Those 1,000 members, like, they might pay you like $200 a month, which is like 200 grand. But you might make more money if you have 50,000 people follow you for free and then invest into the projects you invested to earlier, right?
Yeah, there's just better ways.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not worth my time to like have a paid group because I don't need that extra money. And it's the amount of work that goes into it. Like if you really give out quality shit is like, it's too much. It's just not, I like to fuck around too much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I still think, I don't know when it'll be, but for sure, 100% this shit will go nuts. The only
100K?
Huh?
100K BTC?
Yeah, easy. The only way that it might get fucked is if we have like a global recession like around the board, because then Bitcoin, even though that's the whole reason it's a thing, is to be recession proof, and potentially help with inflation, this and that. It's still not there. Like the trust is not there yet. And so like if we have, for example, the stock market crashes, real estate, all that stuff, like a lot of people have been predicting will happen soon, I don't think people are going to be rushing to buy magic internet money. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if they struggling
But it
to
could
pay their
also be the
rent.
case because if that's the only thing that keeps up, it would be.
But I mean, people aren't going to have money. Like I think
yeah,
that
I guess,
after,
yeah.
I think after it could have a positive impact because then people could be like, damn, they've done it to us again. You know, they've done it again. They've fucked us. They've made money worthless. You know, now I'll buy Bitcoin type shit. But for me, I don't think, you know,
Yeah, I just feel like there has to be like a very good reason for because I feel like half the fucking world knows about crypto already, right?
yeah.
If you go out here to Dubai, ask anyone, do you know what crypto is? They'll say yes.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about crypto. 10 years ago, that wasn't the case. No one knew about crypto, really.
Dude,
So
not
that
even,
was very
not
early,
even
right?
5 years ago.
No, exactly. So now everyone knows about it. It just has to be like a good reason for people to buy in, right?
Yeah. So I mean, again, that's what ETFs will do.
What's
you know,
ETFs?
It pretty much like in simple, it just makes it a lot easier for like traditional investors to come into the market. Like it's
Okay.
like a gateway almost.
Okay.
And so like you have BlackRock, who's the largest asset manager on the planet. You know, they filed for one. Kathy Wood's ARK Invest, they've filed for one.
So what does it like?
If it pretty much if it gets approved, it'll just allow it's like a bridge. It's like an easy way for money to come into the system. And it'll be, I mean, a lot of money will come through with that. There's also a lot of speculation that through the ETF, they can use it rather to just control the price, which won't be great. But either way, I don't see it as a bad thing. And I know that there's now, there's already an Ethereum ETF approved, but it's not spot, it's future, which I don't know how to explain that, you know, like into depth. But long story short, it just makes it easier for people to invest. It allows, it's like a bridge. It's just a bridge, you know. It's
between the real money and the
it'll just allow for like a lot of new money.
Yeah.
So for me, I still think that is
so that has not happened before.
No, never.
So it just only started now.
Like if you go look, a lot of people compare it. If you go look at like gold,
Yeah.
what happened to the price of gold after the ETFs were approved? It went nuts.
Yeah.
It went absolutely nuts. And I still think like if we had to see like the market's take a nuke, I still think gold, silver, you know, metals, it's still the safest bet.
Yeah.
Hands down. But last thing I would do right now, and I actually, you know, because I spoke about, like I was buying property, I got rid of that shit. I told them, find another buyer, sell my stake in it, because the last thing I'd ever want to do is buy property right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy property now.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but I see like a massive, dude, it's just a bubble. You know, we talked like to some of the homies here when we were talking the other day, and they're telling me how they've 2-3x their portfolio, their property portfolio in the last like few years.
I think these, like most places in Dubai, 3x in value the past 4 years.
Dude, you don't buy.
That is like too like no, it doesn't happen.
You don't buy property and just hold it, you know, and 3x your money in a few years, because it's not
3-4 years.
They're not like refurbishing it or anything.
No.
And like, that's just holding. So
It's a contract.
yeah, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, that's crazy. That's not how real estate works.
No.
And I don't want to.
No.
And they're also
It should go up like 2x in the next 20 years.
And they're also just like so convinced
Yeah.
that it's gonna keep going up. And I'm like, cool. That's
But that's the agents though. The agents are very. I know big people and shit like that in both like real estate and stuff, and I've spoken to a few. And here in Dubai, I've been told to not to buy. Other places, it's a bit different outside though, because in Dubai everything is like just growing and growing.
Up.
Yes, no, the interest is up in most places. That's why the prices is up and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, like just property over the last few years has gone so nuts. So I'd rather just wait. I'd wait for like, because again, it's gonna come down. It's not a matter of if, but when. You know.
Yeah.
So even if it continues to go up for the next year, I'd rather just not be the dude.
No.
And it's always still like real estate is still one of the safest bets that you have out there, because even if you buy a crib and the value comes down a little bit,
You can still live there.
you're still gonna have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But even so far as now, you know, like crypto, if you bought Bitcoin and hold it for 4 years at any point in time, when you bought it and you check 4 years later, you are up.
Yeah.
At any point since it was launched.
But here's the problem. I feel like with all the past, like, bull run and all that stuff, people have gotten very impatient in crypto, no?
Oh, yeah, people are desperate.
Compared to, like, investing in the SP 500, where people know going into the SP 500 that, okay, in 10 years' time, I might double my money.
People are just desperate. That's what I've learned too, and that's why there's just more and more scams every day, because people are literally retarded.
Yes, and they see all these 19-year-old kids just coming to Dubai, buy houses, drive Lambos and all this shit. Social media, I think social media is the problem.
Yeah.
You go on the Instagram Reel page now, you'll see video after video of all these like 21-year-old 8-figure, crypto gurus.
Fucked up, bro.
Just posting reels, and everyone's like, oh, this is manifesting 2027, blah 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 blah. That wasn't the case 5-6 years ago. It was not the case. You wouldn't see those videos, and now even with like Tate and everyone is like almost like advertising, the luxurious lifestyle and stuff. It kind of just like gets everyone very greedy.
In a way, it almost makes you feel worthless if you're not like a millionaire.
Yeah, no, I feel broke. Yeah. I feel broke.
Yeah,
I generally do. Like, it's crazy, and I don't think. Obviously, if I lived in Sweden now, I'd probably live way better than what I do out here in terms of just like house and all this stuff. But like, not even just being here, but being anywhere else in the world, it's just like when I go, it doesn't matter where I go. There's always just all these like crazy wealthy people.
Yeah, but
I don't know
social
what
media and even Dubai, bro, just straight up like, be making you feel like you're a piece of shit for not having $5 million at 24 years old. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's kind of crazy, Like, it's changed so much that it's like, and especially going back to Africa now, I've been telling you it's hard for me adapting again because over there that's not the case.
Yeah,
like no one gives a shit. It's like a way different life, It's like real freedom there. Like everyone just does whatever they want. Like no one cares about social media. No one cares about money. As long as you have enough to live comfortably.
But do you think it's gonna keep evolving that way? Like the younger generation is gonna just get wealthier and wealthier?
I mean,
because I feel like at this point, people that are 30 plus don't really sit down and look that much into AI and e-com and all this shit. But then you have all these 14, 15-year-old kids sitting in this, just like you just make so much money. I've seen reels and like TikToks of like 13-year-old kids like waking up at 5 a.m., do like e-com, take a cold shower, go to school, come home, sit at home the whole night, do like their journaling and all that. 14-year-old man. 14. When I was 14, I had a Nintendo DS and I played fucking Pokemon.
Yeah, bro, it's lit. Good for you, but also at the same time, like
no, you gotta have a childhood, man.
Enjoy your life. It's the one time you can fuck around.
When you hit your 20, 21, 22-year-old range, then that's when you can like look into making money. I was lucky. I wasn't even planning on getting like wealthy through like fitness or anything. Yeah. For me, it just kind of happened. And you were just at the right place at the right time with crypto.
It's even the thing like with like Tate and shit, bro. They don't become millionaires in their early 20s.
No.
I don't know how old he is now, but bro, I'm pretty sure
like mid-30s.
Yeah, like early 30s was when he really popped off, Yeah,
like,
you still got time. That's one thing that you've got, I feel like too many people rush it and they, pressure it.
Then you have people like Iman Ghazi, obviously very young and successful. I think you know who he is, right?
Yeah, scammer.
Scammer?
Not a scammer, but a scammer.
In what way?
Does that make sense, bro? So like,
I've heard as well. Apparently, he doesn't have as much money as he says he does.
Bro, I think he's got the dough. I think he's got the dough, and he honestly seems like a chill dude. Like I like.
Yeah, he seems hella cool. Yeah,
some of his content's really good, but a lot of it too. Like I was talking earlier about monetizing. Like a lot of these dudes, he has this whole, he made a lot of his bread. I don't think he made much bread from his agency. I think most of it came from his $1,000, $2,000 courses,
Yeah.
And that's how he monetized. So, before, like 6 months even ago, a year, 2 years ago, I'd look at these people. I'm like, you're a fucking scamming piece of shit. But at the end of the day, everyone's just, trying to find their own way, this and that. And, but yeah, I think there's a lot, bro. Like even take Luke Belmar, for example, right?
Yeah.
I was telling you before this pod, and I have the screenshot. So if you go, he did a podcast with One Ahmed, the dude here.
Yeah.
And he talked about how during the crash, he bought, in the podcast, he said that he bought Ethereum. He was buying order blocks at $90 on Bittrex and Kraken. If you go and pull up the charts, the very, very bottom of the wick, which no one buys the bottom of the wick.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
Yeah.
The very bottom of the wick on Bittrex was 90 flat, and the lowest on Kraken was 89.80. So like the chances of him literally buying the bottom low of the wick is like 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
And that's how he said.
Was that just for like a few minutes or like a few days?
No, that would have been minutes, seconds. That
just like
which, and then immediately ripped up from that. That was the lowest point that it went to, and he says he was buying chunks.
That was after 2017, right?
Yeah, and he was saying he was buying chunks of $10,000 order orders at a time, and I'm just telling you.
I wish I had more money 3 years ago. I was sitting there buying like 0.5 ETH at $500 and shit.
So I'm not even saying he's not a smart dude and this and that. And he's made a lot of bread, but I'm just telling you that's cap. So you know, like that's cap. And now again, you know, he puts out this kind of info, and now people want to pay to join his 1% club or whatever it is, and he just rakes in money from there. So like, it's just hilarious to watch. But
I don't have anything against people like having obviously like their paid groups and stuff. Same as me. Like if I have a paid like monthly paid like fitness app, right? Nothing weird. But if let's say I'd claim natural now and like and I promote it at like, okay, I can make you look like me naturally. Join my fitness app. Then that'd be hella wrong, right?
Yeah.
Same as kind of what he's doing now.
There's levels to it, you know. But again, it's just all these dudes that have even made stupid money really like young. They've also, you know, done some shit that's gone around the lines. You know, it's like stuff like that. I'm just saying, and I also think
most of them, not all of them. Some of these guys are
90%
crazy smart.
The dudes that have made money on their own, entirely on their own and shit, you don't see them because they're not on social media.
No.
Like I know some of the crypto dudes that were behind a lot of the projects, you know, early 20s worth over 100 mil, and you'll never hear of them.
No.
They're not on social media.
Yeah, I met some of those people as well, like 22-year-old kids, like my age, just like sitting on 100.
But again, these dudes are on social media milking it 24/7 because they bring in more money through social media. You know, for his 1% club.
Yeah, the ones who really milk it on socials are the ones who haven't really made that much money and just trying to advertise it through social.
For me personally, I'd always like, even now, while like I don't post a whole lot, my goal was to never become famous. I just wanted bread.
Yeah.
So like I'd rather be wealthy and in the dark than, you know, all over social media and this and that. But yeah, just, you know, just off the top of my dome, those are two dudes that have done that. Yeah. And, you know, I'm willing to bet that, you know, I know there's other vloggers here in Dubai and shit with crazy bread, but it ain't their bread. You know, come from wealthy families and stuff, but it looks like they've made all this money from doing their content and this and that, even though their views are crazy. But it's just not the case.
No.
But yeah, I feel like that kind of stuff traps, you know, especially young dudes. They're like, fuck, man, you know, I got to be doing this, I got to be doing that. Not really it's not the real world, you know what I mean?
No.
Not the real world.
Just stick to your own plan. Just like find something you love to do and shit, and then try to find like success and stuff through that. Because like at the end of the day, you probably love crypto. Like you've been in the game for a while because you're like very interested in it. Like, you've probably always been very interested in like finances and like banks and all that.
I actually
shit, right?
fucking hates it the way that it's gone, honestly. Like,
no, yeah, but you still have very like every other day when I see you, you're like, oh, SEC this and all these fucking random terms, right? I have no idea what the fuck you're saying, but you know what I mean. I've always loved working out, you know, since I was like 15. So, and then we're both lucky because now we're able to do it for a living.
Yeah.
But I feel like just, you know, if you are a smart kid or like, if you have like you want to, you know, do something more with your life, then just like keep on doing what you love and try to scale it that way.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, I don't know, whether you're a fucking makeup artist or, I don't know, photographer or whatever, you can still scale it, right?
Yeah.
So, I'd say just stick to that and don't watch all these like 15-second videos of 20-year-old driving around Lamborghinis and stuff in Dubai.
Yeah, and also,
because that's just gonna fuck with your head, you know.
Like you said as well, you know, it's 15 seconds. You have no idea what that person's feeling mentally as well. Like I know plenty of people, you know, early 20s, especially here, early 20s, $10 million plus, yet they're some of the most depressed cunts I ever know.
Yes.
Then I go to Zimbabwe and you watch these kids barefoot kicking around a soccer ball with no even fucking tether on it anymore.
Hella happy, bro.
Just smiling ear to ear, and I'm like, damn, you know, so. But it's hard with social media not to compare yourself, you know, and you watch that shit and it's like, damn, I'm a victim of it, bro. I see that shit and I'm like, you fucking bum, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm the same.
I'm going to start trading Forex.
I'm the same. I'm the same, bro. But, no, honestly, I just recommend people to put their phone down, you know.
You know what's crazy, though, bro, is going the route of, like, Adam 22, you know, for bread. You saw that shit?
No.
You didn't see what happened with Adam 22?
No. I saw your TikTok. I didn't really know what you were talking about though, but I saw it.
That's crazy. So Adam 22 has he has a wife.
Yeah. Fully
married and everything. And him and his wife, they have a kid as well. It's a pretty important key here as well. Okay. They have a young daughter. I don't know if they have any other ones. Okay. But so him and his wife already, which is kind of bizarre. You know, if you're doing this stuff, you shouldn't be having kids, in my opinion, because your kid's going to be traumatized no matter what you say, no matter how much money you make. But anyway, him and his wife have a podcast, and once a week they bring on a new porn star and they shag her. They rip like a podcast together, and then they shag her.
Wait, like on the same. On
Yeah,
the
like on the podcast. So that's his thing, right? And I used to love Adam 22. Like his content used to be fire.
Wait, is this new or no? Like this concept?
No, he's had Plug Talk is the name of it. He's had it for a while. And so then
And it does it's the same concept every week,
every week just a different bitch.
and he's done it for a while.
For a while with his wife. And then
Why haven't I never heard about this?
I don't know, bro, but
Bro, that's fucked.
so where they turned up the level, right?
Imagine you and me just bringing on a new girl here every week and just shag her after the what the fuck?
So where he turned on the jets was you ever heard of Jason Love? He's on TikTok, bro. He's pretty funny, giant black guy. Like he's huge, swole.
Probably seen him.
Bro, he's swole. He's packing heat, everything. And so for the first time ever, his wife did a scene with him. And so she shagged him. And like Adam was like hyping it up and everything. You know, his wife just got piped. And like, so she goes and she talks about how she couldn't walk for days, this and that. He also cream pied her. And this is a game.
Wait, this black guy.
Yeah. This is a game.
Okay.
Bro, regardless of the skin color, whatever, another.
No, I don't know. It was just like.
I'm just saying.
So
like,
this other guy just comes in there and pipe Adam 22's wife.
Yeah, another dude has shagged your wife on camera. And again, bro, they have a daughter. So like and a lot of people were like, oh, he's such a smart businessman. Everyone's talking about it now, this and that. And I was like, dude, at what point is the money not worth it? Like, there's no way the money.
No, but he can't love that woman. It's impossible.
He said that he was turned on by it and this and that, and I was just like,
I mean, people have weird like fetishes and like all this shit, right?
For me, bro, again, it's the kid.
But
you telling me that kid's gonna have
if you have a
normal
kid
upbringing?
together, at least go do it solo, you know, not with you, not the parents.
Not the camera. So like it was all over the place, and the craziest part is the video is free. Like
There's so much wrong with it though.
Yeah,
the camera, just like both parents and one kid. And bro, it just doesn't add. Okay, that's fucking crazy.
Crazy, bro.
That's something different, man.
So that was something that was ripping for a while, and then you even had, bro, good on Fuzi for making the comeback, bro. Because
on the girl,
not even that, bro. Just in general, like I see clips of Fuzi, and I'm like, when I think of selling your soul, for me, that's the definition of selling your soul. Like the other day, he's wearing like a pink ski mask on his head. He's got a missing veneer, and he's fighting with a 19-year-old kid, and I'm just like, dude, you've lost it. Like, all while having mental breakdowns and live streaming himself for views. He lost his deal with Kick. And I'm like, dude, you've lost it. Like, at what point is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like,
no, but I feel like he is at a point where now he's just like giving up, you know?
mad embarrassing, bro. Like, for me, it's never worth it. Like, it's never that deep.
Yeah. I feel like when you get that much clout, it can fuck with you so heavy, bro.
Yeah. Bro, men are down bad. And then even now, you know, I've been showing you Logan Paul, bro.
Oh, yeah, but that's
His missus has been around the block. And like a dude of...
a very big block, bro.
Yeah, very big block, bro. A long line block. And like, dude, for a guy that has millions of dollars and is in shape and everything and has his own podcast and
it's crazy.
Had one of the craziest comebacks ever, for you to settle like with that is... I mean, I showed you the video of her today talking about how she wants peen.
Yeah, she's laying there in her sofa just screaming. She wants...
Us men are down bad right now, bro. We had Logan 22. We had fucking Adam 22 first. Then we had Logan Paul. Now we got Fuzi, and I'm like, we just need another dude to pop, you know? It's not looking good for us.
No, did you see that thing about Fuzi as well? Getting I don't know exactly what happened, but he apparently just like raped this girl or whatever.
No, he didn't rape her.
No, but
I heard it. No, yeah.
Did you show me this? No, I think I saw.
No, but like pretty much what it was like he met this girl at the airport that was blackout drunk, and then she also admitted to being a victim of like sex trafficking and stuff, and then he went to the bathroom and shagged her, and I was like,
But that's crazy to do on a live stream.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I don't know.
It's pretty fucked.
It's all just a little wild to me.
Bro, I don't know what's happening, man. I feel like some people are just like you have people like Mr. Beast staying humble, just keep on expanding, you know, just like growing, and then you have all these old generation just like trash, you know?
Absolutely nuts, bro. But I'll never sell my soul. But long story short, there's lots of way to monetize your content, you know? I'll always praise get on social media, but, you know, you can do it like that if you want to, but you don't need to, you know? Whether it's, again, like these dudes charging paid group promos.
Whether it's crazy.
I mean, you run Snap hard.
Yeah.
I've tried to get on Snapchat, but it's...
You will soon. You need a verified tick, you're good.
Yeah, it's a little bit...
People don't know, though, like, the amount of money. Like, I can be making 2, 3, 4 bands a day, some good days. That's a whole month of working for a good job in Sweden.
Yeah.
I make that shit in a day by sitting in my bed, answering people's questions, go up, record my breakfast, go to the gym, record my workout. And all I do is just put my phone, you've seen it yourself, put my phone on a water bottle.
I just
or
think
ask you to hold my phone.
I just think it's funny because like especially LA, I knew so many people with hundreds of thousands of followers and dead broke.
Yeah.
And then I knew people with 20, 30K followers that monetized the shit out of it and were making six
that,
figures
YouTube?
every few months. No, bro, like 30,
Everything,
40K on
yeah.
TikTok. But they were doing shit again. You know, they had paid groups, this and that, which again, I don't do because it's not my favorite thing. But again, they making, you know, 100 bands every month or so versus someone, you know, that has 10 times the following and is making nothing.
Do you think Friends Tech is going to be a good thing? Do you think it's actually going to
I
happen?
think it's already fucked, to be honest. I was looking at the volume and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the concept of it, you know. Friends Tech, for those that don't know, it was like an app that launched a few weeks ago.
It's basically like monetizing influencers.
Monetizing influencers, but again, the biggest problem is that it's like through crypto. So now you need to know how to use crypto, have crypto, and on top of that, it was on the base chain, so not even Ethereum. So it's like trying to explain that to a normal person.
I didn't know.
Is impossible.
I didn't know.
But yeah, so the concept of it was you buy shares in an influencer, and if they continue to grow, if they continue to do well, their share price increases. So you win as an investor, and then at the same time, the influencer get paid out fees.
So it's like a win-win, basically, yeah.
If it worked right. But
there's just many things missing, I guess, you know?
the whole...
First of all, it's too complicated to even buy shares.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, I know a good amount of crypto stuff, but I wouldn't be able to figure out how to, you know, deposit money. And then second of all, a share price of like an influencer not even that big is like, it went up to like 5 bands.
Yeah.
And it's like, what kind of like average normal person can afford that, you know?
No, crazy. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to... Next part, I definitely want to talk about like how to monetize your content. Because again, I feel like there's so many people that have no idea, and it's actually the easiest thing on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember, bro, but even like Jack's homie that came like a few months ago, whatever. Bro, I see him, he rips.
Who?
But, I don't want to drop his name, but he was here. And the dude from overseas.
He was here?
Yes. And so, like, bro, I see him on Instagram, bro. He's ripping. He's growing at crazy pace, but, like, he's not... I don't see him monetizing his content. I see him doing one-off, like, brand deals and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can monetize your content in, like, a month. Bro, like, even just some of the Forex dudes, bro, like, 80K followers on IG, but Lambo, Huracans, Uruses, everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck. So I feel like if people knew how to monetize better, they'd be up so good.
100%. But it's hard also in our niche, I'd say, in fitness, huh? No, actually, no. A good friend of mine,
You
told
just
you
told
about
me this,
this.
bro, and I thought he had fallen off for years.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drop any names or anything, but he was very low key,
popping years ago.
very low key guy, and just texted me and he sold his company now for like many millions of dollars, over 8 figures, and he doesn't have a big like crazy following, nothing, and it's just because he was smart, like monetizing it through someone else.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, hit me up and he's like, bro, what's like Dubai like? I'm thinking about moving there, this and that. And I remember being like, dude, I fuck with you, but where the fuck are you getting your funds from? Like I was thinking, I was like, what are you talking about moving to Dubai, bro? How do you have funds like that?
Yeah.
And then you told me this and I'm like, fuck. So, bro, crazy shit.
No, it's just cool to see some of these people just. I've noticed a lot of people who make a lot of money have fallen off, and just find different ways. Because before, right, like let's say you have 300K followers now on Instagram. Mm-hmm. You take the first brand deal you get, and you stick to that for like 2-3 years, and then let's say you fall off after that. You're gonna start looking for different ways to monetize your content. I feel like a lot of times people find ways that are easier to scale, so they go into like PT or online coaching or like start a brand, something, right? And then you just scale that and scale it and scale it and scale it, and eventually, that takes off. But I feel like a lot of people are just stuck with this easy money. They get a shirt with a logo on, mm-hmm. and they do the same thing they do anyway, and they get paid. They get paid enough to just have their crib, chill at home, go to the gym, do what they love, which to a lot of people is like enough.
Yeah.
But like you could like 10x your money.
Yeah.
Just by that's like a good example is like me and Gymshark, like me dropping Gymshark. I was making like 1,500 a month, $2,000, I think.
Really?
Yeah, at 400K followers.
That's piss change.
And but that was my main income. And then I had a supplement company that I work with well. But I was probably making 3, 4.
Damn, bro, how the game has changed since
I was
then.
probably making 3, 4 bands a month.
Fuck me.
4 or 5 bands a month, right? When I moved to Dubai.
Yeah, if you guys are listening thinking that's good, it's shit now compared to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And what?
Because now I make over 10 times the amount of money.
Yeah.
So, it's funny. Let's say I think I was sitting at like $2,000 max by Gymshark, right? And we were considering. No, James dropped Gymshark. I was considering dropping Gymshark, but I was so scared of doing it because otherwise, like if I dropped them, I wouldn't have another income.
Yeah.
Because he was like the only thing I relied on, right? So I couldn't. I literally like I could not drop them because then I have to go back home and fucking sit at home and earn no money.
Yeah.
But then eventually I got another contract from another company that allowed me to have my own brand. So I dropped Gymshark. I dropped at $2,000 a month. Fast forward a year later, we have our first drop and we make almost $250,000 in a day, just by doing that decision. That's over 100 months of working with Gymshark. 10 years of working with Gymshark in a day.
The riskiest plays always end up.
Bro, that's fucking crazy. I was sitting there and I was like, wow, that's 10 years of salary. Literally.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, how's the time looking?
Damn, we are running out of time now,
What
fellas.
time is it?
Hour 6.
I think my camera's out, bro.
What time is that?
I think it was hour 10.
Yeah, so it's an hour 6.
Let me peep.
So no, I mean let's go. Let's wrap it up now. But yeah,
double
fellas,
cameras.
we lacking on storage and stuff on the memories. So we'll be back next week. But yeah, just wanted to run a pod back, let you know we're not dead and everything.
We're gonna be more consistent now, inshallah.
That's the goal, bruv. But appreciate you.
It's not
boys.
easy. It's just like
Yeah.
planning it. That's a hard. Like it's so easy to just come here, record an hour, and then
And again, me and you don't make money from this, so it's like it's not. I'd love to do, but it's not top priority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bag
If
is
we
not-
monetize this, then it'd be like, I don't know. It's just something. But I like the feedback though. So
It's like a hobby.
yeah. So like the video, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment on what topics you want to see us talk about in the next one. Yeah, do you have any codes or no?
Code cousin, rise, bro, and Vikal.
Yeah, code cousin on Baikal. Buy Baikal. You actually use his code from me. Use his code because
Mashallah.
I own this shit. So, and then code Oliver on Inaka and Huge Supplements. The Enrage pre-workout is coded. Go get some.
Legends. We'll see you next week. Much love.